I'm always curious with this because you've been part of so many iconic matches and also matches that are like push the boundaries, you know, an Inferno match, a Hell in the Cell, a Buried Alive. Was there any match that was proposed to you and you're like, that's too far? Like we can't do that.
No, you know, when you're young and you think you're invincible, really. And so anything they throw at you, you look at it and you're like, okay, well, how are we going to do it? And then, you know, the WWE doesn't leave anything to chance, right? I mean, it's well thought out. And the one match I guess I lifted eyebrow to a little bit was the Inferno match.
Yes, fair.
You know, I was just like, wait a minute, like, how are we going to work and do our stuff with the ropes, you know, on fire?
Yeah, and, I think that's a fair concern.
It's just funny saying that matter-of-factly, like, hey, hold on a sec.
Yeah, so so that one, I lifted a brow on, but, you know, they told me how they were going to do it. And you know, of course, I was in there with Kane, which I had utmost confidence in. So it turned out to be really good. And fortunately, he got lit up and I didn't.
Yeah. So speaking of Kane, we've had him on the show, and you know, we told him, but I'll tell you as well. I think the storyline of you and Kane and Paul Bearer is the greatest storyline that has ever been written in the WWE. When you have that all like told to you, like this is what we're gonna do, did you have that feeling like, oh my God, this is gonna be incredible? Yeah,
I mean, as soon as it was presented to me that my brother Kane was going to show up, I mean, my mind, it all clicked immediately, because when I first started, like my first couple of matches, I was Kane the Undertaker.
Right.
And we dropped the Kane part of it. So there was just already backstory to it. Why did Undertaker take his brother's name? Or, you know, and then it just grew and grew. And then, you know, Paul Bearer being Kane's dad, and it was just the half brothers. It was so many layers to it. And, you know, it was like a really good episode of Jerry Springer.
Yeah, it's a soap opera.
Yeah, Paul Bearer just threatening you, like, I'm going to reveal your deepest, darkest secret. And like, what is this? What is this? It was, right. And then the fact that you guys are both just mammoth human beings. I mean, I would assume you've been, you know, through so many years of wrestling. Would you say the Attitude Era in like the mid to late 90s was the kind of heyday of what you've seen as a wrestler?
You know, so when I first started in 90, business was really good. And then we had a bunch of bad, you know, things going on. And I mean, you know, we were wrestling and I could have took a handful of rocks and thrown it and not hit anybody. The arenas were so empty there for a while. And then we battled back, and then you know, then the WCW started coming in and, you know, writing checks to everybody. So all the top guys started going down south, and then they were kicking our ass in the ratings again. Man, when the Attitude Era hit and that took off, and the Monday Night Wars, man, that was the best time ever. Mm-hmm. It really was good.
Yeah.
What is the secret to selling a Stone Cold Stunner?
The secret to selling a Stone Cold Stunner is make sure that you slam on the brakes about a half second before he does, so you don't get your teeth broken.
Noted.
And then you just bounce up and bounce back. And there's some really classic stunner cells through the Rock always had a great Stone Cold Stunner cell. Vince's was horrible.
It was bad.
Yes.
That was bad.
Yes. The Rock had a spinal injury every time he got stunned. Yeah. Like his whole body spasmed.
Yeah, he would end upside down with his feet up on the ropes, and I mean, he must. I don't know. Steve must have just added some extra juice on his, because those were always pretty entertaining to watch.
Speaking of which, how awesome is it to know that you have a finishing move that has been grandfathered in that other people can't do, the pile driver?
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, it's pretty cool. I'm sure somewhere down the line somebody will, you know, I've already got infringing on my my rope walk. So
yep. Yep.
It's a different era now, man. Back in the day, you know, I would have had to show up and, you know, invite somebody into the shower for a talk. But this, you know, I'm not around enough these days to sweat it.